Welcome back, True Seeker. It is Sunday, September 15th, 2024, and I'd rather be spending time with my sweet lady right now, but I feel that it is my obligation to yet again expose how corrupt our media is, our government is, people like Donald Trump are, and so is Joe Biden, and so is Kamala Harris. This isn't some partisan show where we're taking sides. Again, I expose all of these puppets equally and I show who the puppeteer is. Again, we don't stick to they and, you know, anonymous terms over here. We expose who's controlling the puppet show. And that is the same Jesuits who gave us the calendar and the language, and the same Jesuits who educated Donald Trump at Fordham starting in 64. Like how today's story comes 64 days after July 13th, when Trump pumped his fist on the 13th of the month under the 13 stripes, 13 weeks from the anniversary of the establishment of the Secret Service on the day Lincoln was assassinated. And the one guy who got away was the Jesuit John Surratt, whose mother was executed in his place. And they don't teach us about that in our 13 years of slave school, where we pledged to 13 stripes. And in all the years that we spend in school, we don't get to hear Lincoln's remarks on who was to blame for the Civil War. He blamed none other than the Jesuits, the same people that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams warned about. And funny enough, they both died together on the same day, on the most ironic of days, July 4th. Because it's been all numbers, it's been all rituals for all these centuries. And all the people chanting freedom, the only real part of that word that resonates with most of the people in this country is the dumb. And that's why they're still voting in rigged selections and worshiping a proud pussy grabber who still paints himself orange as he approaches age 80. I mean, how vain is this man? Donald Trump, who wants to fuck his daughter. You don't think this is a sick man? You don't think this is a man who'd go out and participate in political theater? What do you mean? He just updated his website with "I will never surrender. I'm already buying the t-shirt. Mega 2024. You're mega retarded, okay? Please snap out of it. Don't turn the channel. Stay here. You need to recognize what's wrong with you so you can fix it, okay? Before you can fix the problem, you have to recognize there is a problem. Look at what a joke this is, you guys. Look at what a joke it is again. I mean, I'm just going to take you through the whole thing again. Oh my God, where to begin? Let's start right here, you guys. Let's start with the fact that it's the day leaving 107 days left in the year, and we've educated about this about a gazillion times. Shootings in the news and the number 107. And you know what? Maybe since money talks, let's take a brief detour, because I get sick of it. Look at this and be like, this is a bunch of bullshit. Dude, we for 11 years have been calling things before they happen. We've been helping people pad their pockets. Here, I'd help this guy turn $1 into $136 today. Help this guy turn 20 into $2,274.83 today. Here's some people. $10 into $800. $1 into $700. And no, this isn't bullshit. This is taking advantage of the rigged NFL, which is rigged by the same Jesuit Masonic cabal. That's why they play for the Lombardi Trophy, named after a Jesuit, Vince Lombardi. When Donald Trump just called himself Vince Lombardi 60 days before the 60th election. And that was buzzing at the news as the same day as the Sao Paulo game, which was a rematch of the 1960 championship, which had the exact same outcome, Eagles over Packers. But anyway, we go on and on all day, okay? Today we had the Seahawks-Patriots game go to overtime, because overtime also equals 107 like Seattle, and we had the final score to sum to 43 points because Seattle Seahawks is 43, and the game was 43 days after Brady's perfect. Just like how the Seahawks won their only Super Bowl at 43 points. So understand what I'm talking about. It goes beyond just rigged news. It's rigged sports. It's rigged news. I'm going to tell you how this is all connected together. I'm going to tell you why the Saints beat Dallas today 44-19. Another thing we saw coming. 63 points, a massacre in Dallas where JFK got shot in 63. You know who's going to play the Saints on 10-7 in a couple weeks? The Chiefs. Oh, yeah. The Chiefs are going to play the Saints on 10-7. The anniversary of the start of the war. The anniversary, again, for brain dead people, for all the freedom types, I might have already gone too far. So let's just come back into focus here with how this works. Again, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. There's a reason we learned in alphabetic order. It's because every letter is a number, just like it is in Hebrew, just like it is in Aramaic, just like it is in ancient Greek, all the biblical languages. This is an old world concept, coding numbers into words. Most simple cipher is the alphabetic order. That's where S ends up being the 19th letter using alphabetic order. H is the 8th. O is the 15th. O is the 15th. T is the 20th, et cetera, et cetera. The cipher above that is the alphabetic order with numerology applied to each letter. So I is the 9th letter, so I is 9. W is obviously not the 5th letter. It's the 23rd letter. What's the numerology of 23? 2 plus 3 is 5. I is 9. L, the 12th letters. 1 plus 2 is 3. I will never surrender. This is Trump's new motto. 107. On the day leaving 107 days left in the year. And we're just getting started. Now, it's a leap year. September 15th is typically the 258th day of the year. Okay, so when we think about the anniversary of Trump's life being spared, somebody must have yelled out 4 just in time. Anyway, just notice how typically the 258th day of the year, today is 93 days after Trump's birthday, and we'll get to how it's also 93 days before the Pope's birthday because we're on a calendar named after the Pope, and it's the first Jesuit Pope, and the Jesuits gave us the calendar and the language as we know it in the 16th century. But notice, 93 days after Trump's birthday, typically the 258th day of the year, golf course shooting, 93-258, just like Order of Illuminati, which was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. And we've talked about this number pattern many a times. Many a times these numbers have come together. We'll talk more about it. But notice, from Trump's birthday to today, 93 days later, from today to the Pope's upcoming birthday, 93 days later. The Pope's born in the time of Saturnalia. Saturn has the 93 connection, but it's a Sunday, right? And Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope. The Catholic Church, the Jesuits, they worship the sun. They say the sun is 93 million miles away on average. Okay? 93 million miles away on average. For the record, those 3 nails in the sun, that represents triclavianism, how the Romans crucified people, including Jesus. Triclavianism equates to 93. They say Jesus' crucifixion date. Not when I say they, science. Science says Jesus' crucifixion date is April 3rd. It's funny because Jesus Christ equals 43. Flip it the other way. Jesus equals 34 like cross. But April 3rd is the 93rd day of the year. Crucify, God's son, Nazareth. They all equal 93. The 930th chapter of the Bible is where the Christian section begins in Protestant Bibles. In Sumerian Gematria, Christianity equals 930. It's just multiplying the alphabetic order times 6. A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, D is 24, E is 30, so on. 93 is a very, very special number. Aleister Crowley, who wrote books about this practice, coding numbers into words, had a religion that worshiped the number 93. Okay? Trump's in the club. The George Carlin joke, there's a big club, you're not in it. Well, Trump is, okay? All the stooges that go on the world stage and sit in the White House are in the club, in the Masonic city where the Jesuits set up camp when they came to America. So, today's date numerology. Multiple paths in date numerology, they'll all break down to 5, but one of the paths is 9 plus 15 plus 20 plus 24, which equals 68. Another path is the life lesson number, 9 plus 15 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which equals 32. Another path is 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which is 32. 68, or I just said 32. 68, 32, that last path is 23, not 32, but all of those numbers break down to 5, okay? But let's just start with the 68 and the 32 piece. The Jesuit logo has 32 sun rays. Remember, the Jesuits wrote the rites of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, and we'll get to that because Scottish Rite equals 159, like Donald Trump in today's 15/9. But again, the Jesuits wrote the rites of the Scottish Rite. The 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite has the motto, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam, which is also a Jesuit motto, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam, for the greater glory of God. The word Scottish equals 32, like America, but also like Helios. And this nation was established July 4th, 1776, per the His Storybooks, a date with 32 numerology. The other year when the Dodgers broke the 32-year drought, they did it versus the Rays. Again, the same people script your sports that script your news. But Helios is another name for the sun, right? So on this 68 date numerology that falls on a Sunday when the sun's supposedly 93 million miles away, we also have this connection to the word Helios, but also golf. And Trump's the big golfer. And Donald John Trump equals 68, like mathematics, like Catholicism, like solar system, like how in 1968 you had the assassination of MLK and RFK. And remember, Trump's big buddies now with RFK, who got in the race officially on 4/5, April 5th, 2023, like Trump number 45, who had the assassination scare on July 13th, 45 days after JFK's birthday anniversary. And we're going to talk about the base ciphers because golf course does also equal 149, like JFK's birthday is the 149th day of the year, and 149 is the 35th prime, and JFK number 35 was killed on I-35, and today just happens to be 35 days before Kamala's October 20th birthday. But anyway, on this 68 date numerology, everything's just perfect. A tribute to the sun. Again, that's what the Jesuits set up in the 16th century, a calendar that pays tribute to the sun, which they worship, pays tribute to mathematics, numbers. The fourth book of the Bible's Numbers. The first book of the New Testament is Matthew. Of course, that's in English. That's not what it would have been in Greek. Matthew, which begins with the 42 generations to Jesus, when math equals 42, just like New Testament. But anyway, just like Jesuit, just like Freemason. Anyway, this 68 thing, right? It's all mathematics. And then look how perfect it gets since he's now buddies with RFK Jr. My mom, if she looks at this, my mom just has a big crush on RFK Jr. He can do no wrong. She's like, Zach, that is just another coincidence. Look at this, you guys. CIA is 68, right? And again, his father was killed in 68 with MLK. And don't forget, MLK was killed on the 95th day of the year. The Jesuits' original mission was to stop Martin Luther and the 95 Theses. So they smoked Martin Luther King Jr. on the 95th day in 1968, 3 days before Jesuit agent Rockefeller family establishes the Club of Rome, where all roads lead to. But notice, RFK Jr., oh, snap. I forgot to put the screenshot in here, but today is the 243rd day of RFK Jr.'s age, right? And his birthday is January 17th. You see how Central Intelligence Agency is 243? You see how it's also 117? I can't tell you how many times we've talked about this combo of numbers over the years with the rituals and the headlines. Now, what year was the CIA established? 47, right? And we're coming up on the CIA's birthday, which is 3 days from today, September 18th, 47. The other year they did Ruth Bader Ginsburg did dirty on September 18th. The cornerstone for DC was laid September 18th. But in light of the CIA being established September 18th, 47, look at where today's little thing happened. West Palm Beach, 47, like Trump, 47. Again, CIA in 47. Remember Trump. What did I do? I swore I put these things in the article. Remember, all these words equal 47. President equals 47. White House equals 47. Government equals 47. Authority 47. Republican 47. The letters DC equal 47 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Huge numbers in DC. It all comes back to authority. The word time is also 47, like time is the ultimate authority. The tropics of this earth are 47 degrees apart. But anyway, moving on through the ritual, here's where we get to my favorite part. How many times have I harped on in the last couple of weeks about gun control and 49, right? Again, a 49er, the 31st pick of the draft, shot on August 31st. They tell you last week on Monday Night Football, and the game synced with this selection, like I told you about before the game was played. Gave you a free pick. Nice value. But again, if you watch that Monday night game, they went to the rookie who supposedly got shot, the 49er, and they put the camera in on him, and they go, This man is lucky to be alive, you guys. It was such a miracle. He was shot in the chest, and the bullet went right through his body, and it didn't touch any organs, and he didn't even require any surgery. A true miracle. No, what it is a true load of shit, is what it is. Because then just right after that, on the 4th day of the 9th month, there came another huge steaming pile. On the 4th day of the 9th month, they said 4 dead, 9 injured in Georgia. And then, right after that, that following Saturday, September 7th, then they said there was a mass shooting off the side of the highway where only police park. The only people that hang out on the side of the park, the highway, are police to write more tickets and generate more revenue for Big Brother, who can just never have enough. But they had to tell you the shooting was right next to exit 49. And then they had to tell you the shooter's name was Mr. Couch in Kentucky, where Tim Couch used to be an NFL quarterback. And then, lo and behold, the very next Saturday at a Kentucky-Georgia game, after they just had these big 49 shooting rituals, they just happened to retire Tim Couch's jersey. I mean, freedom, USA, USA. I mean, just wake the fuck up, America. Are we this fucking retarded? Sadly, the answer is yes. I'm still voting for Trump. I like Kamala. Not to mention Kamala Harris equals 49. She's big on gun control. The 49th vice president. Remember, 2 days before Biden picked her, the wrestler James Harris dropped dead, whose name equals 49 as well. And his wrestling name was Kamala. But again, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards, golf course and gun control, 49 and 50. Look at who the shooter is. Ryan Wesley Ruth. We get the 3-part name always for a shooter, which is 229 to 50th prime. And they tell you he's from Obama land, supposedly, Hawaii, the 50th and final state. But then some headlines just have it as Ryan Ruth. Some just have him as Ryan Ruth, which is 50 and 49, like gun control. I'm sure it's all just a coincidence. I'm sure it's all just another coincidence. Hey, where's No Impact Flicks at? No Impact Flicks. Instead of copying my work and leaving out the Gematria piece, which is the most important piece to teach people, why don't you share this information? The only original line you have, No Impact Flicks, and you know he's watching right now. All of them are watching. Owen Benjamin, all these frauds that have big audiences that make fun of my work, they all watch and then don't share the work. When those two losers recently had a debate, they spent the first 10 minutes of their debate making fun of my work, which actually shows what's going on. But No Impact Flicks, the only original material you have is fucking dumb. Everybody knows Brian. His only original line that he hasn't copied from somebody, it's his own thought. You can tell it's just fucking retarded. What's the difference between gun violence and mug violence? I mean, dude, what argument do you think that's going to work for? If a man's coming down the street with his hubby coffee mug, who's afraid? You know, if a man's coming down the street locked and loaded, again, that's what they play on, is people's fear. And I'm not trying to undermine the Second Amendment. No, we need the First Amendment and the Second Amendment all the way. We actually need to use the fucking thing. The reason they were given to us, to overthrow tyrants, not to sell T-shirts like No Impact Flicks. Hey, look at this scam in the world, guys. How about buy a T-shirt? It's a great conversation starter. Here, I'm going to copy somebody else's work and give them no credit and sell another T-shirt. Hi, I'm No Impact Flicks. I'm allowed to have 1 million subscribers. Hi, I'm Owen Benjamin from Hollywood. I'm going to make fun of the best truther on the net with Brian. We'll both sell some T-shirts. Hey, I'm Owen Benjamin. Send me $400 and you can hang out with me for a week. 1 million people send him $400. He pockets millions of dollars and invites nobody. And then they still tune in because he was a celebrity. Don't you see the mind control of America? That's why they worship this orange clown, because they love celebrities so much. Hey, Joe Rogan, do the world a favor and bring me on the show. Elevate me to celebrity status, not because I want to be a celebrity, but because I want people to fucking listen and pull their head out of their ass because I'm sick of watching this shit every day. Anyway, let's continue on. Ryan Wesley Ruth. Oh, yeah. Ryan Ruth from Obama land, Hawaii. You don't see all the jokes, you guys? You don't see all the jokes? Hey, he's 58. Does that remind you of Trump announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower for the 58th election, and then what they did to Prince, who had Purple Rain, the 58 album, whose girlfriend Vanity died the day of the 58th Grammys that year? And again, here's the bigger piece about this for the election, you guys. Remember, Freemasonry equals 58, like Rosicrucian, like secret society. They all equal 58. And you know who was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian? King James, who has a Bible named after him, which they love to use like a playbook. And King James died unexpectedly at age 58. And he almost died before that, because you know what almost happened to King James on Remember the 5th of November, the day of the election this year? That's right. The Catholic Church and the Jesuits tried to blow him up with what's known as the gunpowder plot. They tried to go kaboom to King James on November 5th. So you see where these jokes are going? Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. So again, the Freemasons study the 47th problem of Euclid, okay? That's why it's such a big number in the Masonic city, D.C. Again, West Palm Beach is 47, like Trump, like authority, like government, like president, like White House. And who can forget Donald Trump in 2020 always saying, I've done more in 47 months than Biden's done in 47 years. Again, president, White House, government authority, Republican Whig, Democrat, D.C., Trump. Lincoln made the Whig Party into the Republican Party, and he said 77 years ago. And it's going on with Kamala now, too, because, again, Kamala's father is Donald J. Harris, and he started a political activist group with Huey P. Newton, who founded the Black Panther Party and who died at 47. And then when Kamala spoke at the DNC, she spoke on the anniversary of Huey P. Newton dying at 47. And again, when her mama died, she died on the Vatican's birthday, right after Obama took office. February 11th, 2009 is when Kamala's mom died. Not even a month into Obama's term. 211 is the 47th prime, like Bill Clinton took office 211 days before his 47th birthday. Again, Radiohead put out the song Lotus Flower on the 47th day of the year, 119 days after Tom York's birthday, when the upcoming president takes office with the 119th Congress. Again, Radiohead, huge band. Radiohead even equals 47. The world of entertainment is full of predictive programming. Kamala Harris means lotus flower. When Trump went to the Vatican, he gave the Pope a lotus flower on May 24th, 2017. Okay? Kamala means lotus flower, which, by the way, also equals 49, like Kamala Harris, who's the 49th VP. Like America and Washington equal 49. Like Scottish equals 49. And here we are on Scottish Rite of Freemasonry Day, 15/9. Donald Trump equals 159. Scottish Rite equals 159. Look at this story right here. Fox News tonight. Gunman's Ark. Oh, I wonder where they pulled that headline out of their Gematria ass. Gunman's Ark, 159. You know what I mean? And again, today, 15/9, Scottish Rite has the Gematria and the 4 base ciphers of 165 and 57, like gunpowder plot. Again, when the Jesuits and the Catholic Church tried to blow up King James, who died at 58, with gunpowder, shooting gunpowder. Again, Trump turned 78 years old this year. It's part of a tarot card joke, too, because there's 78 cards in the deck, and the top cards are tarot cards. There's 22 major arcana and 56 other cards. The election this year is on the day, leaving 56 days left in the year. Trump and Kamala just debated 56 days before the election. And if you read the story, they said that the assassination scare for Trump today was when he was between holes 5 and 6. Oh, where have I seen that combination of numbers before? Kamala took office at age 56. Obama took the White House after winning the 56th election for the first time with Biden. All these parallels between Kamala and Obama and Trump. And never forget that Obama told the joke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan, with Trump in attendance, that Trump would become number 45 days before Trump's birthday. And Trump runs on MAGA, M-A-G-A, which is the highest degree of the Church of Satan. The first tenet of Satanism is to worship yourself. I haven't studied it enough, but the second tenet might be grab a woman by the pussy. I don't know, maybe the third tenet's fuck your daughter. All the things that Trump's into. And again, if you're an adult and you support this clown of a man, literally a clown, he paints himself. What is wrong with you? Like, literally, what is wrong with you? Oh, I can't stand the Democrats. Okay, that's still not a reason to support an orange clown who's a pussy grabber who wants to fuck his daughter. Stop voting in rigged selections that are all bullshit and ritual. How about that? How about stop voting in something that's a lie? Because what happens when you vote in something that's predetermined, which all of these elections are? Go back and look. Suddenly Susan in the 90s. Go look at the episode that came out on 5/8. Donald Trump was the president of the United States. And then years later, he's announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower. And I forgot to mention, I think, I've said it a million times before, but I think I forgot to say it tonight. What is the first degree of Freemasonry? Oh, that's right. It's the apprentice. And I mean, you guys, go back and listen to what I said in 2015 about how when they put this clown in there, he's going to be doing "you're fired" jokes. You're fired. You're fired. I predicted this a year before he was in office. And what is Trump saying? Like, for the last couple months, he just keeps saying it. He keeps going, Biden's not a good president. He hasn't fired anybody. Since when is that the mark of a good president? How many people you fire? You guys can't see they're treating you like you are fucking retarded? Biden hasn't fired anybody. I fired all kinds of people. Oh, let me vote for you. Oh, God, I mean, it's just... I mean, God. I understand why George Orwell had so much contempt from society, because the world hasn't changed. You just got to see. I mean, the world is an amazing place, and but humanity is just a disappointment. God, it's a disappointment. It's like I've said a million times, I wish they'd start making stupid pills. I've never taken any pharmaceutical drugs, but if Pfizer would produce a stupid pill, I'd get on it. I'd be on a daily regimen. I could drop my IQ every day. Maybe I can get dumb enough as the average fucking American. How many of these can I fucking swallow? Oh, now I'm ready. Woo, USA! You know what I mean? God, this nation's fucking retarded, man. I'm sick of it, man. I've known it since I was 18 and 9/11 happened. I thought, what a bunch of fucking suckers. Look at this president we got. He can't even formulate a fucking sentence, George W. Bush. Are you kidding me? You don't think that was a demolition? You think a man in a fucking cave did it? 8 years later. Oh, look at the president is 8 years later. His name is a combination of Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Wow. I mean... Oh, the first black, I grew up in a black neighborhood. There weren't any Barack Hussein Obamas around. There were a lot of Smiths and Johnsons and, Wrights and Whites and all kinds of names like that. But no, there weren't any Barack Hussein Obamas from Hawaii. Oh, man. I mean, just fucking stupidville. Yeah, man, they almost got Trump on his golf course. He's fighting Catwoman, right? And he's got 9 lives. He was only golfing 9 holes today, using up one of his 9 lives. He was on the back 9, or was it the front 9? With all this Scottish Rite shit, today's 127 days before Inauguration Day. Just for the record, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 127 like Bavarian Illuminati. And don't forget, at first it was called Bavarian Illuminati, founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt, and then he changed the name to Order of Illuminati. And then George Washington, it's in the National Archive, you can look it up. He wrote a letter about his concerns about the Illuminati infiltrating Freemasonry, which he was a member of. And God, if my sister's out there watching, Jen, I mean, fucking seriously, get out of the hypnosis. I mean, she's literally just regurgitating everything on TV. She's like, everybody loves Kamala. Who the fuck loves Kamala other than the brain dead masses under the trance of the TV? Everybody loves Kamala. Since when? Willie Brown? Willie Brown loved a nice 20-something Kamala sucking his dick. Yeah, Kamala started sucking Willie's dick when she was in her 20s and he was 60. And now that she's about to turn 60 for the 60th election, she gets to be the leader of the land. Or is it going to be Trump, who shoved his ex-wife down the stairs 45 years after their marriage, exactly 60 weeks into the first ever Jesuit Ignatian year? The same day that he announced he'd run in this election, the 60th election. And for the record, Donald Trump equals 60. Everybody loves Kamala. I just get sick of it. It's just your own family. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't used to be under this trance. How did this even happen? My sister just started watching Oprah Winfrey and Martha Stewart in her 20s, and her whole fucking mind just went to shit. And my mom's like over there nodding, that's right. I don't know what happened to your sister, but I sure love me some RFK Jr. I think he's still going to win. Remember, you guys, Robert Kennedy equals 195. His pops got smoked in 68, and the Trump hoax on July 13th was the 195th day of the year. Okay, that's how. And again, I go back and watch my video from April 5th, 2023, the day he put in his paperwork. I showed how it paid tribute to the assassinations of his uncle and his father and Lincoln, and how it showed that assassination stories were coming for number 45. Here, go back and prove me wrong. I go back and watch my video, and you can't prove me wrong. Jesuit order equals 144. This election on November 5th is 144 days after Trump's birthday. RFK, who died in 68, died at 1:44 a.m. per his storybook. From Kennedy visiting with the Pope to his assassination was a span of 144 days, not to mention his infant child died right before he did on August 9th of 63, the day leaving 144 days left in the year, just like how Lincoln was shot on 14/4. And that's the same day the Secret Service was created. And for the record, the United States of America equals 144. It also equals 99, like it was named on 99. But remember, the Jesuits came out of suppression in the time of James Madison 144 days after his birthday. And here, just for more familiar patterns, the leader of the Jesuits, it's exactly 44 weeks after his birthday, right? Exactly 44 weeks, shooting. It's the day leaving 107 days left in the year. It's 44 weeks after the leader of the Jesuits' birthday. I mean, how many more times do we got to see it? How many more times do we got to talk about it? Just shooting, same numbers over and over. Between holes 5 and 6, they report. Society of Jesus 56, like Pope, like again, how it's perfectly synced with the Pope. In case you forgot, because we've gone over so many damn numbers. And see, this is the problem too. People don't have enough brain processing power to keep up with what I'm saying, even though it's all elementary. It's all elementary, my dear Watson. This shit's not that hard. It's addition and counting days. And if your mind gets exhausted after you hear 5 different numbers, then change your fucking diet, get some actual sleep, stop staying up and watching late night bullshit TV, getting your mind programmed by loser comedians who aren't even funny. Take care of yourself, get your mind right, and then maybe you won't fall for stooges like the proud pussy grabber who wants to fuck his daughter. But again, it's 93 days after Trump's birthday and 93 days before the big boss's birthday, who's the Pope, who this whole game is made around. Okay? And I still remember when Trump was with his family and the Pope looking like they were dressed for a funeral, and they were already foreshadowing all this, the Trump tombstone in Central Park, comparing him to George Wallace, who was shot, yada, yada, yada. Hey, go back to 2016. Go back to and look at the news headline from November 5th, 2016. Trump supposedly avoided an assassination attempt that day in Nevada. Go back and look. That's the day of the election this year. Guy Fawkes Day, gunpowder plot. Again, these scripts are a long time running. You know, it's just like how many years has Crime Scene whatever been running? The West Wing, some soap opera, General Hospital. They got like 50 fucking seasons of some of these shows. That's the same thing your nation is, except for it's season 248. And don't forget, when Hillary conceded to Trump, he was at 248 electoral votes at the time in 2016, like how old the country is right now. 248 years old, the country and the Illuminati are. President Donald Trump, 248. You know, remember the mugshot last year down in Georgia where MLK's from on 24/8? They said he was in the jail in Atlanta for 15 minutes in the 15 city. People don't even see it, man. We've been talking about this shit for over a decade. And because all of these people who have a big audience who do nothing but slander my name and make fun of my work, had all of us worked together like I asked people to do a decade ago, we probably could have changed the world by now. But the problem is everyone wants to sell T-shirts, get ad revenue, get a podcast deal, be the next Joe Rogan, the next sellout for them fiat dollars. And then meanwhile, I think I'm the only person that has again, if you guys don't know, as small as my audience is because of how many times I've been deleted and how censored and buried I am in the algorithm, I have the longest write-up on Rationale Wiki, which is a website that targets people like myself. Look at the write-up on me on Rationale Wiki. It's longer than anybody on there. It's longer than the write-up on David Icke, Alex Jones, any of these major names. I have a longer write-up. And you know why that is? Because my work's way better than everyone else's. That might sound arrogant, but it's true. My work actually shows you what the fuck's going on. All these other people are half-truthing at best. We fucking figured it out. And how many times I told you about the Jesuits in 95? MLK smoked on the 95th day of the year in 68. Look, they said, police swarmed to the scene on northbound I-95. Remember, we're coming up on September 27th, the day leaving 95 days left in the year, the day in history the Jesuits are recognized by Rome with the original mission of countering the 95 Theses. And like I said, we got to look out for September 18th because they always do something big on that day. September 18th will be a span of 68 days from the first Trump hoax on July 13th. Trump updates fundraising site with news statement, I will never surrender. I mean, do you know how big of a piece of shit you have to be to just willfully dupe America? I mean, for all you guys who spend all your fucking time trolling me and harassing my wife and harassing my mom, that's the problem with how good my work is. They have to figure out where my wife is and my mom is and harass them too. The people around me have harassers. Thank God my dad doesn't have any online social presence ever. Otherwise, he'd have people harassing him as well. But again, the reason we have the harassers is because this endless budget from Big Brother and all the little weirdo psychopaths that they do employ to unleash these tactics that I've had to deal with for over a decade. I mean, if all of you guys had an ounce of decency, you'd fucking stop and put your energy into exposing this evil shit that's fucking us all over. You don't have to pay taxes to Zachary K. Hubbard. Zachary K. Hubbard doesn't demand that you pay a whole shit ton of taxes to me. I'd be a tyrant if I did, but that's what your government does. Donald Trump's part of that government. You know? So I give the scumbags a few little fiat dollars and they'll go just do all the sad shit that people do in this world for money. And nobody can ever come back at me and say anything. Until you dedicate 5 years of your life to grinding 7 days a week, 24/7, 365, putting in long hours like I did for 5 years and not raising a single penny, never selling nothing, never putting any ad revenue on nothing, just showing that you were here to expose something as I did for over 5 years. Until you do that, shut the fuck up. You know, in that 5 years, I had my house robbed. I had a car crash through 2 walls of my house on Christmas Eve. I got put in jail for some bullshit. I had to deal with nonstop psychopaths and never came back and asked anybody for help. And you know what? I've helped a lot of people since I have monetized. And I have people reaching out to me every day asking me for help and financial support. And it gets grueling because I want to help people, but I'm not Bill Gates. You know, I'm not made of money. Why don't you ask Donald Trump for some help? He'll say, fuck you. You know? But yeah, for all the people who do ask me for help, I do help out some people, but some people I have to say no to. Again, you guys, I'll remind you, I got put in a really bad fucking spot November 15th, 2014, when my house got ransacked and everything of value was stolen out of it. And I'd taken all of my money out of the bank because I was running a cash business where you're not allowed to put your money back in the business because of the business you're running. And I ended up losing nothing. I ended up losing everything and having nothing. And I had to figure out how to get out of that situation by busting my ass. So, again, you know, the revenue I have coming in these days, it's going towards the mission of eventually establishing this into a way bigger news network. And it could happen overnight if people would actually support. You know, if people would support me like the way they support Owen Benjamin, which is just supporting a con man piece of shit who's already rich, who's already been in Hollywood movies. If you support me the way Owen Benjamin got support, we'd be rolling. We'd have the Gematria Effect News bus going laps around the nation all the time. Richard Quinn would be driving the bus, full-time employee. Everybody who needs a handout right now could be on the bus getting paid. But instead, you guys choose to invest in frauds because you're too dumb to see who the truth is and who isn't. That's the problem with all the free dumb and all the dumbasses in this country. You can't discern shit. Oh, I think flat Earth's a more important topic. That's because you're fucking retarded, moron. That's why you think it's a more important topic. Arguing about the shape of the earth doesn't stop what's going on Earth. Not to mention it was a psyop promoted by Jesuit-run Google. Morons. Oh, see, that's why I can't support you, Zach, because the flat Earth is the most important topic. Okay, sub-triple-digit IQ. Thanks for weighing in. Oh my God, you guys. It's just, I mean, look at this shit. How many times have I given the same lesson in the week? And remember, Donald Trump is for gun control. Donald Trump is for gun control. So is the Jesuit-run NRA. Donald Trump said back when he was in office, he's like, I'm for take the guns now and ask questions later. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Remember, he's a Jesuit. These Jesuit takeovers of nations, you see how the nation is subverted. Donald Trump is one of them. What's his name? The guy had to put on blast the other week who was educating his audience about how bad the Jesuits are and then telling them to vote for Donald Trump. Telling them to send in $1,000 right now. Some of you haven't sent in even $100 in the last 3 weeks. What's his name? Larry Douchebag. That con man. I mean, he's telling them how bad the Jesuits are and then doesn't tell them that Donald Trump's one of the Jesuits himself. He was saying all the Jesuits are in the Democratic Party. Don't forget, Donald Trump was a career Democrat. He switched over in the time of Obama, who told the joke on the Church of Satan's birthday about Trump becoming number 45. Again, on the Church of Satan's 45th birthday, highest degree mega. And again, RFK Jr., out of these stooge candidates, his rhetoric's a million times better than everybody else's, but you can see he's no good too. Him, Biden, and Trump all have dead ex-wives who all died in Jesuit rituals. And you saw recently when RFK Jr. was asked about the woman who accused him of rape, he didn't deny it. He just said, well, when I was younger, I lived a rambunctious life. I was no saint. God, the power, I mean, the privilege of being a Kennedy, the privilege of being born into political power. You can just rape women, just like Trump. Trump has all sorts of family members that have been in the federal government. I mean, when you boast about how you can just grab women by the pussy, I mean, people are in prison for that. Oh, yeah, you know, I just grab them by the pussy. I pull out my wallet and say, here, which piece of furniture you want to buy? I'll fuck you on any brand new couch of your choice. You can have the Donald. The hands are misleading. Don't look at the hands. They're misleading. Trust me. I'll give you the pleasure on any sofa of your choice. Beanbag chair, you tell me. Yeah, I'm just so sick of it, you guys. I'm so sick of all of it. Is our stream still up? What's up, 917?
Exactly. I think someone said in the chat that the shooter's birthday is February 18, like 218, Holy Roman Empire.
And that's the same day Martin Luther died in history.
Just wanted to chime in real quick.
Trump equals 218. The Trump presidential alert went out at 218. Yeah, Holy Roman Empire 218 supposedly folded August 6th, 1806, the 218th day of the year. That anniversary just passed, the 218th anniversary. Holy Roman Empire is alive and well in the Roman Catholic Church. So many rituals with Trump in 218 over the years. And is that not the 49th day of the year? That's the 49th day of the year, isn't it?
Amazing. Thank you, Zach. Great work.
All right, appreciate it, man. Let's look up if his birthday is listed online as 218. But again, golf course, gun control, 4950. The shooter's name, Ryan Ruth, 4950. His full name, Ryan Wesley Ruth, 229, the 50th prime from Hawaii, the 50th state. Let's not forget Donald equals 50 like America. America equals 49 and 50, so does Washington, the capital. But yeah, let's see if we can find that. Ryan Ruth, date of birth. February 18th. It might be out there somewhere. It's not pulling up on a real quick search. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've talked about Trump and 218 stuff a lot. So, anyhow, I was supposed to spend the night with Sweet Lady. She wasn't real thrilled that I was going to do a video tonight because she works every other weekend and she has this weekend off. And I worked all day yesterday from like 4:30 in the morning until about midnight last night. And it's pretty much been the same thing today. But, you know, hard work does pay off. And I work hard for the benefit of others. And again, you guys understand, in a day, we can expose a PSYOP better than anybody, and we can help guys, you know, get some grocery money. This is what we teach you how to do. Use the knowledge to change the game and not get taken advantage of by the game. This man, $1 into 136. This man, a 20 into 2,274. This man, 10 into 800. This man, 1 into 700. And this isn't bullshit, you guys. It's learning how to take advantage of the rig system and put a parlay together. Again, I mean, Thursday Night Football, we had the Bills to win by 31 and by 20 points on International Dolphin Day to remember the slaughter of dolphins. You put $1 on that, it paid over $200. Again, gambling can be a degenerative thing. I teach people how to make it a fun hobby where instead of wasting your money on overpriced coffee, junk food, all kinds of bullshit like Americans do, bad consumers, instead of wasting your money on shit you don't need, learn how to put a parlay together and take advantage of a rigged system. So, again, you know, if this was a Tim Pool broadcast, I probably would have brought in about $50,000 in super chats. But here we are. Thank you, Sage Zero, for keeping us above zero. You know what I mean? We brought in 2. So you got the Ryan Ruth born 218. I didn't find that myself, but I don't doubt the research is wrong. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that update in the headlines. And again, do not vote in this election if you have a moral compass, unless you want to validate a rigged selection system, unless you want to validate a lie. Don't send any more money to these political stooges. Be smart with your money. Stop wasting your money on stupid stuff. You don't need to become a gambler, but at the same time, if it's legal in your state and you want to learn the knowledge, come join us on Patreon and learn how to turn $1 into $100 or better. You can do it almost every damn week in the Rigged National Fix League. Yeah, you watch that Bengals Chiefs ending today? 26-25 for 51 points when Cincinnati equals 51 and Andy Reid stayed on 51 regular season losses with the Chiefs. Oh, yeah. Did you see it? Cincinnati 51. Did you see the 39 points in the New York game again? Did you see Las Vegas upset the Ravens with 49 points in the game, scoring 23 on a 23-date numerology? Did you see John Harbaugh fall to 160 and 101 in the regular season when Las Vegas Raiders is 160 and 101? Did you see Derek Carr pick up his 74th win today and his 33rd road win when Cowboys is 33 and Dallas Cowboys is 74? I mean, we talk about this shit before the game happens week after week, you know? Tampa Bay 25. Goff gets the 25th loss along with Dan Campbell getting upset by Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? On and on and on and on and on. Everything else I'm forgetting right now. Oh, yeah, we had the Seahawks game to have 43 points in it because it was 43 days after Brady's birthday and perfectly synced with a Super Bowl 49 gimmick where Brady became 4-2 in Super Bowls versus the 42nd state after Russell Wilson dropped back to pass on the goal line in 21st pick. Or pass got picked by number 21 with 21 seconds left on the down 2nd and 1 on the date 2/1 for Brady's 21st playoff win all time. And again, that game was in Arizona for another 42. You know what I mean? Just, you guys, learn the knowledge and you'll see. You'll see how rigged it all is. Undeniably. And I wish people would stop saying it's the universe doing this. If it was the universe, was the universe favor the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Jesuits? Did the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite create the universe? Pretty sure the answer to those questions is no. How come it's also synced for Trump and Kamala and all these evil villains? Does the world just revolve around the proud pussy grabber who'd fuck his own daughter? So you drop too much truth, you got low viewership and low financial support because all the fucking losers turn off this video because they're all offended. Fuck you, man. I'm voting Trump. MAGA 2024. Where's the nuclear bombs when you need them? All right, Truth Seeker, I'm out of here. Thank you again to everyone who hits the like and the share. And again, you want to learn how to win at the football games, hop on over on the Patreon. Till next time.